Any chance you want to become a professional composer working in the audio industry? Then grant me a few minutes of your life and watch this video because it will help you to build your music career. So let's get to the first point. Be polite and kind to everyone you meet in the audio industry. No matter if you're sitting home alone in your studio, you will be working with a lot of people. So it is crucial to make a good impression, and also after a while you will realize that the entire music business is actually pretty small. It's almost a family. So most people know each other, so if you make enemies, it will be very hard to succeed. So please never underestimate the power of networking. So getting your name out there and meeting as many people as possible is essential. The more people you know, the more chances you have. And also keep in mind, please be kind to music composers that are not that advanced as you are. So chances are that somebody will pass right by you on their way to the top, and this person may be thankful for all the help that you provided them and will now provide you with work. Next point, don't confuse short-term goals with long-term goals. Your long-term goal should not be only to become a professional composer, but to build relationships and sustain your life and career for a very long time. Your short-term goals should be setting up a portfolio, understanding your gear, providing weekly or daily content to your social channels, to basically going one little step at a time. A short-term goal, for example, should not be to write as many application emails as possible, hoping to make a quick buck. Instead, try to connect with people on a daily basis without actively promoting your music. It becomes obvious pretty quickly if somebody's just out there to make a quick buck. Okay, my next point, don't try to reinvent the wheel. To become a professional composer, understand and study how the music industry works. For example, why does trailer music work? Why does trailer music composers write trailer music with that specific structure or these gaps? And for example, why do video game composers have to be aware of the in-game music dynamics or how to loop and layer music? And coming to movie scores, why is orchestral music working so well? Why and when it is important to have what level of dynamics? And also why and when it is better to have no music at all. So again, don't try to reinvent the wheel here. Don't try to sell people a 5-legged table or round smartphones or underwear for their heads. It is cool to experiment, come up with innovative ways on how to improve your music, but first you should try to focus on one thing. Make the customer happy, make money, and pay your rent and food in order to continue writing music. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we are in 2022. Most people think that the audio industry has gotten worse and worse. Too many composers, writing too many tracks, and no projects in sight. However, there are so many new opportunities out there, it's almost crazy. All it takes is thinking outside the box a little bit. So most professionals will tell you that the only way to find work is to contact companies, find an agent, work for movies, video games, trailer, license music, then you get paid and move on to the next project. However, I believe you can increase the chance of becoming successful by thinking a little bit outside the box. The audio industry is a little bit more than just writing music for movies, video games, and trailers, license music. There are so many opportunities you could pick from. For example, you could start a podcast, you could start creating YouTube videos, make TikTok videos, start a music production course, or even create products that are helpful and inspiring for other composers. So these are just a few ideas, and I'm pretty sure you can come up with even more. If you need further assistance and some inspiration, make sure to check the links below in the video description. Yes, I know it sounds cheesy, but they may give you an entirely different approach and way to think about the audio industry. Another critical point is to not overthink the process. So if you feel like starting a podcast, do it. If you feel like starting YouTube videos, just do it. If you feel like seeing success on TikTok or Instagram, continue doing it. You only know if something worked out if you look back, for example, after a year and see what worked and what didn't. And even if something didn't work, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have failed. So instead of thinking that you are not worthy, try to change your perspective a little bit and find out why it didn't work. So for example, when it comes to YouTube, Maybe it's not your videos, but maybe it's the titles, maybe it's the thumbnails or the topics you talk about. And yes, I know, I can imagine that thought popping up in your mind right now. But there are so many people on YouTube, it is crowded, it doesn't make sense anymore. I mean, yes, cool, so many people want to get ripped, so many people use their car to get to work. So many people eat food to stay alive. And also there are 8 billion people on this planet, so why even bother at all? The thing is, there have always been too many people doing too many things already. What you have to change is your mindset. So it can be, for example, that you see other music composers, producers and musicians out there as competition. So how about eliminating this thought and seeing everyone else as fellow composers and music producers? Things will become way more fun. So one last thing, doubt will kill more opportunities than failure ever will. So please don't get discouraged if you fail. It is all part of the game. The more you fail, the closer you are to succeeding. I mean, seriously, I have been on the floor so many times, but I always manage to get up and ever will. And this little thing makes the difference. So please don't give up on your dreams and persist. I believe that you can make it as a professional composer in the audio industry. And also, if you need some more input on how to become a successful music composer, make sure to check out this video. Thanks for watching.